The introduction of Ghost Rider to the Marvel Cinematic Universe has long been overdue. The rights to the character are currently held by Marvel Studios, with studio head Kevin Feige possessing full creative control over every Marvel character. But will the Marvel Studios president finally establish a new Ghost Rider incarnation for MCU's Phase 6? Recent rumors suggest they just might. It's already assured that Doctor Strange will explore Marvel's horror and supernatural elements as it dives into the multiverse. There's no better way to guide fans into the horror genre of MCU than Ghost Rider. Unlike other traditional characters in Marvel, Ghost Rider got his supernatural abilities from selling his soul to the devil, in this case, Mephisto. As a human and a demon, the Ghost Rider can serve as a bridge between the normal and supernatural worlds. With Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel TV explored Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider along similar lines, granting abilities such as opening a new dimension to another world. Similarly, it's possible that the character could be introduced as an ambassador of sorts of the supernatural world, and maybe the person that might help Doctor Strange or some other MCU characters Moon Knight. Ghost Rider's best qualities remain in his ability to torment the villains and heroes of Marvel. Aligning the Rider's traits as an anti-hero with his own code and agenda could set the character on a new route, possibly R-rated if Disney decides to go in that direction. Marvel's The Punisher by Netflix was a successful R-rated series that portrayed Frank Castle as an anti-hero who doesn't follow the rules of a traditional vigilante. Similarly, the Rider can get his own introduction as a spiritual lawman, out to get justice every time innocent blood is spilled. Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. The film surprisingly did well at the box office, but failed to appeal to critics and fans. Nevertheless, this incarnation of the character is known for avenging the innocent and punishing the guilty. In the comics, the Spirit of Vengeance is sometimes associated with various Ghost Riders from across the world as an ensemble. Moreover, their origin is a mystery that some believe dates back to BC. One particular incarnation from the comics shows Johnny Blaze's version becoming the King of Hell and leading the Spirit of Vengeance. There's no question that Marvel could explore an entire Ghost Rider universe by tapping into this arc, however. MCU's definition of hero has taken a new and darker turn, but what does this mean for the franchise going forward, and how does Ghost Rider fit? Ever since Avengers Endgame, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has slowly made significant changes to the DNA of what makes a hero in the franchise. In the past, the films focused more on heroes that did good for no other reason than because it was right. While they weren't without their flaws, they were mainly the idyllic example of what it meant to be a superhero. However, more recent film and television projects have shown a new type of hero that's far more brutal and complex. But how does Ghost Rider fit in with this new phase of superhero? Ever since Avengers Endgame, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has slowly made significant changes to the DNA of what makes a hero in the franchise. In the past, the films focused more on heroes that did good for no other reason than because it was right. While they weren't without their flaws, they were mainly the idyllic example of what it meant to be a superhero. However, more recent film and television projects have shown a new type of hero that's far more brutal and complex. But how does Ghost Rider fit in with this new phase of superhero? When Wanda Maximoff was rechristened as the Scarlet Witch, it was clear that nothing would ever be the same in the MCU. She was more powerful but far more complex after the events of Westview and had since fallen into the role of a tragic anti-hero. This new phase of hero has seemingly been born of tragedy and will likely carry that weight into the future. Even Doctor Strange and Spider-Man have gone from heroes that made mistakes for the right reasons to ones that simply made mistakes and now have to live with the consequences. While Ghost Rider seems like a strange addition to a world that has barely scratched the surface of the supernatural, the character essentially wrote the book on the tragic hero persona. Johnny Blaze was a man who sold his soul to save the life of another and was cursed to exact vengeance as the Ghost Rider. Now, he must wield his mistake against those who would harm others, but he can barely stomach his guilt deep down. While all of these heroes suffer from guilt, regret, pain, and self-deprecation, Ghost Rider has remained the perfect example of a man who does good not because he wants to, but because he must. Moon Knight has a link to the MCU's sketchiest location. Now, with the supernatural parts of the MCU coming to light, Ghost Rider's presence has felt more and more plausible. Furthermore, now that Thanos has been eradicated, a void has opened that has beckoned even smarter and deadlier villains. Enemies like Arthur Harrow, the Flag Smashers, and Kang all represent villains that exist without a code and want chaos to prove their beliefs. As a result, heroes are now required to stand up to them, match their brutality, and take things further than Iron Man or Captain America could fathom. Heroes like Ghost Rider may not be the ideal choice for kids to idolize, but the MCU has shown that he and others like him will be more necessary than ever. There's no telling what is in store for the MCU as things get far more deadly. Whether Kang or Mephisto are the next enemies to rise up has remained unseen. That said, one thing that's certain is that it will need heroes that aren't afraid to take things to the next level. Heroes like Blade, Moon Knight, Black Knight, and Ghost Rider have only scratched the surface of this new era of anti-heroes that have redefined heroism in the MCU forever. According to comics, Ghost Rider, also known as Johnny Blaze, is a complex figure with a rich mythology encompassing the shadowy and paranormal worlds. His passion for justice, his soul tortured by a terrible contract, and his dual roles as a supernatural hero and anti-hero frequently collide with his human emotions. A subtle method that concentrates on his psychology while maintaining action-packed moments is required to depict this internal conflict. The moral compass of Ghost Rider blurs the borders between good and evil, justice and retribution, providing both difficulties and potential for film adaptation. Ghost Rider 3 must decide on between starting with the series or continuing with the current plot. A straight continuation deals with previous mistakes and improves the story, but a reboot gives a new beginning and reimagines the character's path. Both approaches offer benefits and drawbacks that will affect how the spirit of vengeance is portrayed in the future. In contrast to a straight continuation, which can turn off existing fans, a reboot enables the creative team to explore the mythology and adhere to current trends in the superhero narrative. A new miniseries, Cosmic Ghost Rider, will also be released, featuring a different take on the Ghost Rider character and exploring the cosmic side of the Marvel Universe. All works will prominently feature the spirit of vengeance and will be released concurrently, providing readers with diverse perspectives and interpretations of the character. The fact that a new series has been announced demonstrates the character's continued popularity. What better way to explore the multiverse than to bring back Carter Slade, the original Western anti-hero Ghost Rider? Some may wonder how Marvel Studios can manage to reintroduce a character that's assumed to have been killed in the events of 2007's Ghost Rider. But the multiverse is a tricky topic to probe. And that's that for today's video, folks. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Also, don't forget to comment below and let us know which things impressed you the most. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in our next video.